All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Pokemon. I've got a couple of interesting MetaZoo stories for you guys. The first story I'm going to talk about today, and I think the one that you're primarily going to be interested in, is Mike Waddell is taking a step back from MetaZoo. Now, I think this decision is obviously going to be a very big talking point in the MetaZoo community because I feel like whether justifiably or unjustifiably, Mike Waddell has been the guy that has really taken the ire of the fans that have had issues with MetaZoo and the way that it's been run, the way that products have been released, delays in shipping, just different various logistical issues, and whatever frustrations people really had with MetaZoo up until this point. They really directed a lot of that towards Mike Waddell. And like I said, maybe some of it was fair, maybe some of it wasn't. But I think a lot of that was because he was kind of the day-to-day face of the company. He was on the social media accounts. He was on the Discord. He was very interactive in the day-to-day stuff, interacting with the fans. And I think this is also interesting, considering the step back was just announced, that it seems like recently a lot of people would agree that MetaZoo on social media has been relatively quiet. MetaZoo on Discord has been relatively quiet. They haven't really been posting as much. The engagement has been a lot lower. And it just seems like overall there just really hasn't been a whole lot of excitement or really anything publicly facing from MetaZoo that has been significant. So the announcement today was that there will be a new president taking over of MetaZoo. Mike will remain the CEO, but it sounds like this is specifically going to be him taking a step back from kind of the public outward-facing stuff. I think probably the social media will be a big part of that, to focus on more of the creative side of things. So I'm going to read you guys the official statement, and then we're going to talk a little bit more about it. But let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about this decision, and why. What do you think the catalyst for this was? And do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing overall for MetaZoo? So let's get into what the actual statement said here. So MetaZoo Games announces a new president, a momentous occasion. In the spirit of MetaZoo's anniversary, we are happy to announce that none other than Andy Murat is stepping into the role of president of MetaZoo. Many of you have seen the hard work he's put in and the major success of San Diego Comic-Con and the collaboration he put together with Sanrio. That's the Hello Kitty collaboration. And roughly 1,000 other things he does daily. It is only fitting that he takes on this new role and the responsibilities that come with it. And these responsibilities include everything from dealing with our printers, working with our partners, securing new collaborations, and successfully planning and executing events. When Andy first joined MetaZoo Games over 2 years ago, he was just a guy from another TCG's community that was interested in learning more about MetaZoo. Once he saw the Chaos Crystal card, he fell in love with MetaZoo Games and did everything in his power to join the team. It was an easy decision given his background, skill set, and passion that he has for all things in the collectibles world. Since then, Andy Murat and Mike Waddell have not only become close friends, but every major decision and move MetaZoo has actualized has involved him in a fundamental way. MetaZoo wouldn't be where it is now, and it wouldn't have seen the tremendous growth that it has seen in the past 2 years had it not been for Andy's daily dedication and drive to make MetaZoo one of the top IPs in the world. I cannot wait to see where we go under his leadership, and from what we know that we have planned, it's going to blow everyone away. Mike Waddell will remain CEO, but as Andy continues to take over the major day-to-day activities, he will be focusing more, and by he they mean Mike. He will be focusing more on a creative role with our manga, animated series, arcade game, online client, etc., while Shaw Mead continues to deliver in his role as our incredible COO. As we hit critical mass in the coming year or two with millions of new fans joining our community amid a shift into building the brand IP identity, we can't think of anyone better than Andy to help continue telling the story that we started 3 years ago. Please join us in congratulating Andy Murat in his new role and take a moment of silence for the sleep he will lose in the coming years. So look, honestly, I don't really know much about this Andy guy, but I think this is definitely an interesting development. Like I said, especially considering the fact that Mike has been he's really been the target of a lot of the public backlash towards MetaZoo. And my personal feeling on it is that's kind of what this move is, because Mike is still, at the end of the day, as CEO, going to maintain creative control. He's probably going to have still the final say in most or all decisions. And the president's role is still kind of the third highest role in the company because, like he said, there's still a COO. So it goes CEO, then COO, and then president would be technically the third highest position. And I think president is probably going to be, like I said, more the public-facing figure in the organization. So some people were thrilled about this because it meant less involvement from Mike, and a lot of people, like I said, seemed not to like him. Other people were disappointed that Mike was still going to remain the CEO, and then other people speculated if there was a big impetus for this decision being made. Now, again, there's been this rumor, and it still kind of seems to be unsubstantiated, that Steve Aoki has pulled out of MetaZoo. And as you guys know, the secondary market with MetaZoo has not been doing fantastic. A lot of people, a lot of fans of MetaZoo seem to be turning on the brand, as a lot of shipping and fulfillment dates have come and gone and people haven't got their products. I think that has been the biggest gripe of a lot of us. That has been pretty much my biggest complaint, is just the logistical side of things. The customer service side of things, in my experience, wasn't great. It would take a while to get an answer back on various different topics, regardless of what it was related to, if it was an order or a free promo or even a redemption in some cases for some of the skateboards. It seems like the customer service, that wasn't a very high priority. Recently, I think it's gotten better, but in the past couple of years, their customer service seemed to leave a lot to be desired. So to what extent this change in president is really going to be directly reflected in changes that we see as a consumer, I'm not really sure. I do think that the main thing here is Mike stepping back. I really do think that was the main point of this. And I think that's what a lot of people are really wondering about is, obviously he says in the statement that the reason is because he wants to focus more on the creative side of things. And to me, that would sound like being less distracted by the social media side of things, the Discord side of things, which a lot of people were vocal about. They thought Mike shouldn't be involved with that stuff because I think a lot of this was something that I never had a complaint with and that I never had an experience with, but I know a lot of people were complaining about the way that Mike interacted with fans and customers in the comment section. They felt like he was a little bit rude, a little bit sarcastic, maybe a little bit dismissive at times towards certain situations, and people felt like that was a bad reflection of the brand. So maybe Andy will be taking over that capacity, and Mike will be just taking a step back. And maybe that will be what he's doing, is focusing exclusively on the creative side of things and not necessarily being distracted by all this other stuff. And I don't know, obviously I don't know the inner workings of the company. I don't know anything behind the scenes in that regard. And I don't know what all the range of responsibilities that Mike had that he's probably going to be unloading and delegating to this Andy guy, which is what this kind of feels like, is this guy's going to take kind of some of the weight off of Mike's shoulders, which I think will probably be a net positive. But again, people are wondering, and rightfully so, is there another reason inspiring this that might not be such a positive one? And again, if you guys have any insight into the Steve Aoki situation, it'd be much appreciated in the comment section down below. I don't know, honestly, much about Steve Aoki. I just know that he was kind of a partner, a founder in MetaZoo, and had some kind of stake in the company, some kind of investment, and whether or not he cashed that in or took it out or whatever, it seems like there might be something going on. We know for a fact there is something going on between him and his former business partner, Bailey, who is heavily involved with MetaZoo. Those two had a big falling out, and what I've heard is that that has somehow extended to MetaZoo as a company and maybe led to this potential split. But again, all just a rumor right now, all unsubstantiated, but it's certainly interesting to read the Facebook pages, to read the comments, the overwhelming negative tide that has seemed to turn in some of these MetaZoo circles. But like I said, I'm still a fan. I love the fact that prices are going down because I can buy more stuff. I can open more stuff, which is really what I enjoy the most. I enjoy opening stuff, and MetaZoo is fun to open in right now. It's pretty damn cheap. So there's that. Now, the other thing that I want to talk about, I want to do an update on the one-of-one Superfractor Mothman from Topps Chrome, the PSA 9 original art Mothman. They're lowering the price again on that. So Mateo, who's the guy that pulled it, it's being sold through Proxy, another guy on eBay that doesn't have the same name as Mateo. I saw people saying Mateo's a scammer, it's not his card. He consigned it to a guy on eBay that has a bigger following, and that's why it doesn't match the name. But anyway, he posted it on the Instagram page, on the Facebook page rather, and he messaged me on Instagram, so I confirmed that it was him. So he has lowered the price now so it started out at $45,000, which I think was probably unrealistic. Then it went down to $16,000. It's been there for a couple of weeks. Now he's lowered it again to $12,000 cash, so that would be a deal off of eBay, or $10,000 plus trade. So if anybody's interested, I mean, that's about as low as it's going to go, considering there was a really high precedent set with that first Mothman being sold, the alternate art 1/1, for $30,000 to the aforementioned Bailey. So that kind of set this crazy sky-high expectation for the future Mothmen, and they're just not meeting. I do think the PSA 9 was a big factor in the reason why that people might be less excited about it. Maybe they're waiting for that third Mothman to be pulled, the Cryptid Cam Superfractor, and hoping that they'll get a 10 on that, because people are saying that the Cryptid Cams are a little bit easier to grade, a little bit more likely to get a 10, and Topps Chrome really hasn't been the most friendly set when it comes to grading. In my experience, and I've seen Argos's video, Argos had the same experience. So I think a lot of people probably want that Mothman 1/1 in a 10, and their best bet is probably going to be the Cryptid Cam. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about the Mike Waddell and the president change, the price of the Superfractor Mothman seemingly just dropping, and the interest seeming to be non-existent in the card as far as a real serious buyer. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If you love and enjoy collecting MetaZoo, I'm still going to make videos here for you. It doesn't matter what the market does. As long as I'm enjoying it and you guys are enjoying it, I'll still make videos, because someone, the reason why people watch these videos is because no one's really doing it now. No one's really talking about MetaZoo. Like I said, the engagement on social media is really low, but the people that still love it and collect it, we love to consume content about it. We love to watch videos about it. So these videos, they're here for you guys. Hope you guys enjoy them. Like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Nick Strength of Pokemon, signing out.